Why are there no motorcycles in the Cars movie universe? And today I'm going to talk about a new theory about what I think might have happened, and it makes a lot of sense. Welcome to Cine Lovers. Today we have a Cars theory here on the channel. I've already made this theory some time ago. You might have even watched it, but this one has different points. In the other video, I said that motorcycles went to war with cars, and many were killed, and others were expelled from the cities. But since then, I've been thinking a lot and came to a different conclusion that makes just as much sense as that one. After all, there isn't just one theory in the world. If it's a theory, there are many, and one doesn't cancel out the other. In all the Cars productions, I haven't seen a single motorcycle, and I think you haven't either. But why don't motorcycles appear if in this same universe there are cars, buses, ships, trains, trucks, airplanes, and even helicopters? And no, the fact that there are no motorcycles in the Cars universe isn't because the movie is called Cars and not motorcycles. After all, if that were the case, there wouldn't be ships or trains. In my new theory, motorcycles are deer, that is, animals. There's a scene in Cars 3 where Miss Fritter is with a group at a bar, and if you look closely, there's a motorcycle handlebar right next to them. And this handlebar is hung on the wall like a deer's antler, a horn from an animal. And on top of the handlebar, there's a no turning back sign. Later in the video, I'll explain this part in more detail. If you like the Cars movie, write #Cars in the comments. And if you're not a Cine Lovers yet, subscribe to the channel and become one too. It's free. Well, I also thought that it would be very challenging and strange to animate a motorcycle to give it life like the other vehicles. Like, how would you add a mouth, eyes? But this isn't a problem, because the studio from the movie Really Fast and Hilarious figured out a way to do it. This movie came out a year after Cars 3. So, there wasn't enough time for Pixar to use the character design as inspiration, but it's possible to animate a motorcycle, and other shows from the 60s and 70s did it, and it was awesome. There's even a show called Ricky Zoom, which is more recent, that also managed to make this adaptation. So saying it can't be done isn't true. It makes a lot of sense for motorcycles to be depicted as animals because their handlebars are on the wall as if part of a hunt, and because there are other vehicles in the Cars universe that are depicted as animals, like Frank, the bull, and the tractors, which are cows and bulls. Before I tell you more surprising details about this theory, check out what you're about to watch. And remember that no U-turn sign I mentioned at the beginning of the video? So, why would deer be banned from returning? What did they do that made the Cars so mad? The animals in Cars don't talk, like Frank the bull and the tractors that are cows and bulls. So in this case, the deer don't talk either. To me, they were very wild and aggressive, probably destroying establishments, plantations, and even crushing and breaking cars and roads. Because of this, a group of villain cars that got tired and impatient. It's hard to say who, but it could be the Tuners, the gang shown in the Cars on the Road series, or even other groups, went out to hunt these deer. Many of these deer, which are the motorcycles, ended up dying, and those that survived were expelled from the city, never to return again. As a sign of power, this gang took the antler handlebar from one of these deer motorcycles and hung it on the wall. This happened a long time ago, so much so that even Mater hasn't seen a real motorcycle. Considering that motorcycles have a headlight, Mater wouldn't be scared in that scene. This scene shows Celine, a car that has eyes where the headlight should be, which scared Mater. So, he had never seen a vehicle with eyes in a place other than the windshield. If he had already seen a one-eyed motorcycle located near the headlight, he wouldn't have been scared of Celine. Also, in Cars on the Road, we can see two more motorcycle handlebars hanging like antlers at Ivy's house. She lives in the middle of nowhere, so she might have hunted them. Makes total sense. This theory makes a lot of sense. Check this out. A motorcycle handlebar. They exist in the Cars universe, and I really hope one day they appear. Even dinosaurs have appeared in this Cars universe. Now motorcycles are the missing piece. If you love cars as much as I do, it's time to click on these videos with some really interesting Cars theories. Thank you so much for watching until here, and I'll see you in the next video on Cine Lovers.